Alright, folks, turn 64, and I just want you to behold the power of this fully armed and operational Arcane Nexus. 117 gems. It's already almost paid itself back. Now, this is because, Lothric just took Well of Misery back from Satis, so this is unusually high, but still, the Arcane Nexus is ridiculously powerful. Also, this tells me what the high-end overcast of that Well of Misery was. At the very most, since I absorb half of the energy, at the very most he spent about 230 gems on that. More likely something like, I think he said last time it was 160 and he would have had to overcome that at least. So I want to say probably in the 180 to 200 gem range. So yeah, Arcane Nexus, it's beastly. Locust Swarms, lost a province to the forces of nature, found some gems, and got an eye catcher, which is a cool little item. Unfortunately, in Ninhaboa, I was attacked by possibly one of the most ridiculous stacks I've ever seen. This is 100 mages. Let me say that again. This is 100 mages. Mainly shamans, but with a lot of Marshmasters mixed in, and with some chaff in front. So, 100 mages versus my, like, 15, 20, something like that. I didn't stand a chance. I didn't stand a prayer. We started casting our spells. We dropped our poison resistance and all. He cast Howl and Foul Vapors. Or I dropped Wailing Winds. Actually, he didn't even Foul Vapors. He just Skele-spammed. Just a million, billion, squadrillion skeletons coming out of the ground. We dropped some meteors. We did kill some mages. We landed the hit right there with a meteor. We got some spells off, but then the meteors got distracted into the chaff. And lots and lots of panic, more Rays dead, we got some Blade Wind going off, but basically we killed a bunch of chaff and lost. Because we just couldn't keep it up. His troops were high enough morale that despite the fact they did rout, like many of his mages routed, in fact I think it was most of his mages actually routed, but since they were slaved, they didn't actually run off the field. And a number of his communion masters stayed on the field. You can see here one shaman running away. So there were a number of routes. It just wasn't quite enough to actually do what I needed it to do. And he has a lot of sacred serpents here that he's got blessed with his rainbow bless. So yeah, we lost. And unfortunately, all the provinces nearby had been cut off, so the army was entirely destroyed. So that's a bummer. So yeah, as you see here, I had 7 Soul Twisters, 15 shamans, a siren, 3 forest shamans, so 20 some odd mages, and he had literally 100. 105 mages. I killed 7 Marshmasters and 3 shamans. Overall, very good trade for him, especially since he got rid of 7 Soul Twisters. That's a significant coup for him. And you can see everybody was killed retreating into enemy territory. So, bummer. We did take the Fortress of Vepitre, so we captured this little place up here, which is fine. Padro is going to keep just going to keep chugging away. He just leveled up. He is diseased because, as mentioned, the affliction resistance isn't working. This should be affliction resistance 99, I guess. Maybe a 3-digit number is what's fucking it up. But yeah, he's diseased and dying, and hopefully when he respawns, he will not be diseased anymore. But he's scripted to retreat right now. I'm actually just going to script him to fight, to be honest, and die. So body ethereal. Personal luck, astral shield, and skeletal body, probably. Probably doesn't honestly need skeletal body. Skeletal body, and then we'll just set him to advance and cast spells. And hopefully he'll, like, frighten people away or something. He's got a pretty good attack. His defense skill is okay. With the ethereality plus the astral shield and all that, he may be able to break some province defense. So we'll send him that way. And the army, which is fairly heavily diseased, the army will move, let me see, 221 siege strength. The army will move up to Forest of Springs and just keep rampaging until it dies. I've also got a bunch of diseased units over here, like a lot of diseased units, that I may as well deploy, because otherwise they are just going to die. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of our lions, give them 2 Alarmman only has 5 magic leadership. Why does he only have 5 magic leadership? That's depressing. Let's go Ujin, who is also dying, can have some of those, and Ladar can have some of those. And Ujin can be casting quickness on them. So they'll be on hold and fire. These guys are on hold and fire. Vladar, Ujin. All the lions right up there. And you can have more lions. And then Ilvitus, who is also dying. And he can Phoenix Power and probably Falling Fires, I'm thinking. Yeah, Falling Fires. That's fine. He can be up there. And the healthy ones... The healthy, Great Sentries I'm actually going to save. But these troops we can send out. So, Ilvitus... Well, Ilvitus is patrolling. Yeah, Ilvitus, they can all advance up that way. And that should be good to go. Yeah, diseased, various troops, and my green Leons. Okay. Now, down here. The Queen of the Lake has come up on land. And as I said before, if she came up on land, I was going to hit her with all my mages. I'm actually not going to do that because a very interesting thought has occurred to me. Water elementals and the Queens of Elemental Water are both magic beings. Magic beings, okay? So they can only be commanded by mages or innately magic commanders. And Limni, the Queen of the Lake, has a whole bunch of powerful magical items that is very hard to kill, mainly because very high prot, high regeneration, and high hit points and decent defense skill. So overall, very difficult to handle, right? Well, here's the interesting thing. There's a spell that never gets cast because it costs a lot of pearls. And that spell is Ether Gate. It requires Astral 4 and Death 1, which is weird cross paths, but cross paths that I have. It summons an Ether Lord and 15 Ether Warriors. Ether Lords and Ether Warriors are naturally ethereal, naturally amphibious, magical beings armed with moonblades. And moonblades are weapons that do double damage to magical beings. And the Ether Lord is an astral, if I recall correctly, an astral 3, death 2 mage, plus I think with a random. So basically what this does is this lets me spend 90 pearls to get a powerful mage and 15 guys who can kill water elementals, including underwater. And furthermore, since they're ethereal, water elemental attacks, which are not actually magical, won't hurt them badly, or will only have a 1 in 4 chance to actually hit them. So I'm looking at that and I'm going, okay, well, why don't I just do that? I do need to get Bugsy Seagull. These guys can all just teleport out of here if they need to, including Monhelte. So they're just going to sit here researching for the moment. I've changed my research, so I'm going to grab Conjuration level 6, which is what's necessary to cast Ether Gate, and then keep working on Thaumaturgy. Should be a few more turns to hit Thaumaturgy level 9, at which point we'll start dropping the Master and Slave Bomb on people. And yeah, we're moving this army back in here to retake that. Gonna try to retake that as well. And we'll get our Ether Gate going, and we'll deploy the Ether Warriors in an effort to assassinate Limni, which should be very neat. We need to send a mage over here to collect our various ghosty goos that we've been summoning. And beyond that, we're just going to kind of sit tight and research. So we're attacking there, raiding, sending this army out to attack. Other than that, sitting around, having a good time. Onbeck can patrol. He's got some troops, right? Yeah, that's a decent patrol force here. And then up here, we can give all those to Varath. And Varath can also patrol the province. And this guy can cast Astral Window on that fort, Karian. Okay, sounds good. So that's the turn. That's turn 64. I'll see you in turn 65. We'll start getting some Ether Warriors and see where that takes us. So, thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, turn 65. Many battles. We did cast Imprint Souls because I forgot to cancel that. Imprint Souls converts this many people to flagellants, this many people are killed, and that many people are turned into madmen armed with fish. So we can look at this battle in Ghent, and we can see we've got a whole bunch of cod-armed madmen led by a mad priest armed with 2 cod, making him... Actually, there's a couple mad priests, it looks like. Yes, there's a couple mad priests. They each have 2 cod. And then there's flagellants, which are armed with actual weapons and can do actual damage. Fun fact, these are actually better than the flagellants that Marignon gets because they're not crippled. But they ran into these water elementals because the Limni, the Queen of the Lake, had not moved yet. And they went up and fought, and funnily enough, the Flagellants actually did beat down some of the water elementals, because Flagellants do a bunch of damage when they hit. They do inflict a bunch of damage. So they beat down those water elementals pretty good, actually. Sort of hilarious. We retook good water just by moving into it, so we're getting that gem income for this turn at least. We'll put 1 point of province defense here. Actually, we'll put 6. Why not? Why the hell not? He did move troops in to re-guard Nerion Sea, which is wise, because Nerion Sea has a whole bunch of gem income. You may notice I'm spending all my Astral Pearls. That's because I'm casting Aethergate not once, but twice. I've got an Aethergate going on up here. Where is it? Where is that Aethergate at? I know I have one being cast. There it is. Trakan is casting Aethergate. And I've also got an Aethergate happening down here. So I'm summoning a whole bunch of Aether Warriors, a couple of Aether Lords, and they should be able to do a little bit of work. Queen of the Lake continues rampaging around. Don't really have a great counter to her besides spamming a ton of Mind Hunt or a ton of Vengeance of the Dead, which I don't really want to do, or I could teleport all my guys on top of her and spam Enslave Mine, which is what I was thinking of doing earlier, but not really gonna, to be honest. Spending all of my gems doing something else. This turn, Arcane Nexus gave me 55 Astral Gems, which makes my Astral Gem income effectively incredibly high. 10, what is that? 10, 20, 40, 8, 50 some odd. Yeah, over 100. My effective gem income is over 100, half of it in Astral Pearls. Also, I'm still recruiting scouts and not moving them because I'm dumb. It's late at night. You're gonna have to forgive me for finding little errors like that. So I'm moving in a couple of mages with some earth gems to retake that province. I'm actually going to give them 4 gems each because why not? Forging a couple more items. I have the capacity to have an Earth 4 now, and of course I have my Earth Communions, and I'm a few turns away, like 3 turns away from Thaumaturgy level 9, which will of course give me Master Enslave, and as soon as I have that, I can start just bombing armies with it, which would be sort of hilarious. So that's my plan. This army up here is besieging. I'm moving this army to try and lock down this fort just for 1 turn. If they can lock it down for 1 turn, I think I can actually possibly take Forest of Springs, which would be sort of hilarious considering how absolutely garbage this attack force is. This is just a ramshackle random attack force I'm throwing out of diseased and starving units. If they manage to actually bust this throne out, that would be hilarious. Like, absolutely marvelous. I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to these units, but we've got all these Lothric Knights here led by a Spectral Mage, so they might be able to do some locking down. Satis is definitely suffering raiding on all fronts. They're besieged here, where they have this twice-walled tower. Lothric is raiding them here, has cut them here. There's a Wraith Lord fighting here in Missia. Or was that? That was Anor Londo. Anor Londo is getting beat the fuck up. Anor Londo is suffering. Anor Londo overextended a little bit and is now suffering significant. This is what I often refer to as stat back. Old wargaming terminology. These Wraith Lords and all this stuff. Basically, Anor Londo's armies went out here, got broken, and now their defenses are very light. So Satis is rolling in and rolling them up. They are going down in a big hurry. And it's a problem, to be honest. It is a problem because I don't have counterplay active. I do have Yellick the Mad Priest, which is kind of cool. But in any case, we're just researching. We're trying to hit Thaumaturgy 9 as quick as we can. And maintain some kind of mild presence underwater, just to kind of contest things a little bit. We're getting our Ether Lords out. We do have Simaru. I'm going to call him Simaru. He's teleporting. I've given him these items. These items, honestly, are not a huge cost to me, considering my absurd gem income. So Simaru, whatever, is teleporting over here. He's just going to drop him and start skill spamming, which he can do pretty effectively because he is encumbrance 0, and he has Boots of the Messenger, so he has reinvigoration 3. So he regenerates 4 fatigue per turn. Casting Horde of Skeletons costs him 20, so he can cast Horde of Skeletons quite a bit before fatiguing out, and once he fatigues out, he'll wake up rapidly and start casting it again. So he's actually a pretty efficient raider. I'm hoping that that can gain him a little bit more experience, and that he can use that to hopefully level up some more. Starshine Skullcap, like I said, not really a... Damn it. Anytime you do anything. Yeah, teleport to Berman Heights. a little bit worried about what this army is going to be doing. I believe Lothric was supposed to hit this fort with flames from the sky in an effort to kill some of those mages. I don't know if that actually happened. Kind of looks like not, because there sure are still a lot of mages here. Actually, he may have, because they had 100 mages, and this looks like less than 100 mages. So, if he did bully for him, good on ya. I appreciate it. In Palame, 10 mages, 9 mages. There's so many mages. Satis has just so many mages. It's a little absurd, to be fully honest. What the hell happened here? How did this scout kill an earth elemental? Oh, there was no leadership, so the earth elemental disappeared. Gotcha, that makes sense. So, yeah. Lots of things going back and forth. Unexpected events. Locusts. Some money. Unrest from a hurricane. And our Hollow Knights, a couple of them are back. Here's Robadan, who's at 28 experience. I don't really have anything to do with him, but he'll go over this way anyway. He'll just help out. He'll be on the winning side of a battle. We'll set him in the front. And so he'll Personal Luck, Body Ethereal, Astral Shield, and go in. He is crippled, so he sucks. But as long as he can level up, I mean, who cares, really? Let's give him... Should we give him an item? Nah. The Eye Catcher could actually be a very interesting item to use against Limni, because all you have to do is live for a tiny little bit, and as long as you inflict some kind of damage, you remove their eye, and make Limni much less threatening. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll give him a couple of items just to make him, like, a little bit beefier. Get some kind of proc going on. Whatever. I don't care about those items anyway. Okay, so, that's the turn. Kind of brief, I know. Like I said, sort of treading water at the moment. I'm not the one who can effectively push Satis right now. I need to have my summons active. I need to get some shit going before I can really do that. So, we're, hoping, I'm hoping at the moment, really, that Satis is not directly turning his attention to me, especially because, to be honest, Lothric is now in a position where they are, pretty competitive with Satis, I would say, in terms of size and power. They've got Well of Misery up. Compared to Maelstrom and Mother Oak, Well of Misery is very comparable. 21 death gems. Maelstrom generates a larger number of gems, but it's more scattered, and they're not as valuable, because 15 water is nothing like as valuable as 15 death. Mother Oak is a good global enchantment, but, you know, it's not a huge issue. I've got the most powerful global enchantment up right now. Like, Arcane Nexus is, as we just saw, probably twice as valuable as Well of Misery. But I'm definitely, territory-wise, not in anything like the strongest position. And right now I'm just kind of, you know, raiding, counter-raiding, trying to make sure that I hold on to my own as much as I can. And I need more troops. I am very troop shy. We're just gonna churn out a few of those guys there. And up here as well, just for the mobility, and that'll be all my gold. So, that's the turn. I'll see you all in turn 66. Okay, folks, turn 66. We had a teleport. We dropped Simaru. I think Simaru actually teleported somewhere else. Where did he go? Which province? That doesn't help me. In any case, we dropped a Mind Hunt and killed Sugaron right here. So, we actually, I think, killed the King of the Sea. So this is just Sea Trolls and Sea Guard, and the only commander that's actually here is the Province Defense Commander. Now, he can recruit another commander, unfortunately, but at least we got rid of his mage there. We lost here in Alluvia. Many, many battles. I'm not really going to go through them all. In Burman Highs, that was where we teleported in Simaru. That's right. So Kimaru teleported in here. Unfortunately, he ran into an actual, like, small force. And he wasn't quite up to snuff. He did get the Soul Vortex off, but he got hit by an arrow early on. Started spamming out some Horde of Skeletons. Didn't, I think, spam quite enough skeletons successfully. He may have just gotten shot to death. But yeah, that's not really enough skeletons to win here. Yeah, it looks like he got just hit by an arrow and killed. What happened? Yeah, he got hit by an arrow and took 15 points of damage. Wowza. So, yeah, oh no, wait, actually, he's making magic resistance rolls. So what magic was being cast at him? Why was he making MR rolls? I don't fully understand. Oh, that was his own soul vortex, I guess? No, that doesn't make any sense. Your own soul vortex can't hit you. 1 second. Because he was actually... the skeletons were winning that fight. So what hit him? Took 9 damage there. Cast Horde of Skeletons 3 times. He's raising dead. Another raise dead. He's fatigued out. He's at 110 fatigue. He has 9 hit points remaining. And... arrow. Yeah, he got hit by an arrow. So what was the magic resistance rolls about? I guess that must have been from the soul vortex, I suppose. In any case, so he did unfortunately die. He would have won that if it hadn't been for those random arrows, but in any case. Statist bounced Lothric, lots more battles, reclaiming a province there. We attacked Alluvia, but lost. We got killed by the Shark Tribe Tritons, unfortunately. Vepetre got bounced by a Wraith Lord, so he's besieging this palisade that I besieged. This army up here moved up here to besiege the Mountains of Madness, and is now splitting up just to raid a little bit. We've summoned our 2 Ether Lords. So these are Ether Lords. Powerful Astral and Death Mages with a random. In this case, they randomed air. I think both of them randomed air. And they have Ether Warriors with them. And Ether Warriors are giant units armed with Moonblades. So they do a ton of damage, especially because they have magic power. So they have higher stats in provinces with magic, including higher strength. And Moonblades do double damage versus magic beings. So Ether Warriors are extremely capable at killing, well, magic beings. Like, for example, water elementals. They're really good at killing water elementals. And the thing that we can do is we can combine these guys with a few water random snail shamans who can drop quickness on them. And so by quickening them, we'll have them all running around with the bonus to attack and defense, and they'll get 2 attacks per round. They'll massacre water elementals very, very quickly, because these magical weapons with the double damage will hit water elementals so hard that it will burn through... it should, I think, burn through multiple forms at once. And so the script here is just... you just spam quickness all the way down. And we give that to you. And we give that to you, and we give that to you. I have more. Lausus right down here. He's going to move up this way. We've got... another Hollow Knight was promoted in Aurum, and that was Quellen. So Quellen is now up to Astral 2, Death 2. So great for him. He's actually going to forge another Skull Staff, because we just ran out of Skull Staffs, as it were. And we've actually blown most of our Astral Gems because we are forging a Ring of Sorcery. The Ring of Sorcery can be used to buff Astral Magic once again. That will let Bugsy Siegel ramp himself up to level 9 Astral, in which case he can cast Wish. Wish is another Thaumaturgy level 9 spell. We're going to hit Thaumaturgy level 9 very quickly here. Oh no, not Wish is Alteration level 9, I'm sorry. So Alteration level 9 will be our next target. After Thaumaturgy level 9, which will give us Astral Travel, so we can teleport whole armies around, and Master Enslave, which of course is the keystone of our Doomstack strategy from here on out. But mainly the Astral Travel will let us hit people at what is sometimes referred to as ritual speed. Who is moving here? Right, so we're moving down to take that. We're taking that back. Our Decimus is probably actually going to go underwater, while Lausus pursues Limni here and tries to catch her, because if we fight Limni, those Ether Warriors will tear her a new asshole and beat her. Just even with her high stats, she'll get hit a few times, and they hit so hard. The Moon Lance also has that ×2 versus magic beings. It's not as good as a Moon Blade, oddly. The Ether Lords are actually physically much less impressive than the Ether Warriors, but they have the paths, of course. So he can cast Battle Fortune on his troops, and make them much more powerful, much harder to kill, and they'll be able to chew through those water elementals and kill Limni as well. Over here we're patrolling. You are going to be researching. Most people are just researching because I want to research as quick as possible to hit Thaumaturgy level 9, and that's basically the turn. We're going to slow down on spending the Astral Pearls once we have that ring. We're going to build some pearls up, both because I anticipate needing to recast Arcane Nexus at some point, since we spent about 200 pearls on it. We'll want to have, you know, a bulwark of over 200 pearls to recast it. And I also anticipate that we'll, of course, want to start wishing. Now, here's the beauty of Wish. Wish costs 100 astral pearls, right? When you cast Wish, the Arcane Nexus gives you back half of those pearls. If you wish for gems, it then also gives you, Wish gives you like, I think it's like 40 or 50 gems of each type. Like, it's some very high number. So, net, if you wish for gems while Arcane Nexus is active, you get a ton of gems. And from then on, your gem problems are just over. Like, you just wish for gems, and you can turn that into a self-propelling cycle, where your arcane, your gem income just becomes largely unlimited, and it's sort of hilarious. You can also do it with Astral 4 Soul Twisters here. Empower them once to Astral 5, then you have the 2 standard Astral boosters plus a ring, and then I think the Moonvine Bracelet is the other one. I think that boosts Astral. No, that boosts Nature, doesn't it? There's a 4th booster to Astral. Basically, the point is you can get up to Astral 9 in order to cast that wish with one of my Astral 4s here. I'll double check the items involved. But you end up using both of your miscellaneous slots, your head slot and a hand slot, in order to have your 4 boosts. And then you can cast wish from 2 different people simultaneously, which is sort of hilarious. You can also wish for all kinds of things. You can wish for specific units, although it's normally not worth it. You can wish to kill a specific enemy unit or a specific enemy pretender god. You can do all sorts of hilarious stuff with wish. And the cool thing about Arcane Nexus and the wish thing is that now my economy is becoming ever further divorced from my territories, because my astral income is reasonably okay, as is my water income. But really, these don't matter much. The vast bulk of my gem income is coming from Arcane Nexus. 78 astral pearls last turn. Some of those are from... actually, a lot of those are from my castings, because I cast Ether Gate twice, which is like 180 astral pearls, plus Mind Hunt, plus Vengeance of the Dead, another Mind Hunt. So, you know, I got a lot of that back. It's not 90 pearls. What is it again to cast Ether Gate? It is 90 pearls, actually. Okay, so I'm getting a significant fraction of that magic. Oh no, that's right. Astral spells don't give you gems back from Arcane Nexus. Yeah, astral magic makes it impossible. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. All those spells are coming from spells that other people... All those gems are coming from spells that other people cast. So yeah, it's giving me a ton of gems. I just have a ton of gems now. So Quellum will forge a Skullstaff. Foamwork is going to research because in one turn he'll be leveled up anyway. Funnily enough, Foamwork's armor is still rusty, or his equipment is still rusty, which I guess is his honed nail. And beyond that, we're just kind of waiting on the world to change. So, thanks for watching. See y'all in turn 67. Where it's interesting that we're getting into this real late game stuff, which is not very common. I may actually make peace with Satis soon if I can on good terms. I think good terms will involve me killing the Queen of the Lake, retaking these provinces, and then contacting him and being like, okay, so, you know, why don't I let you fight Lothric here, and we'll be peaceful and happy forever. And I'm thinking that if I do that, then what I would do is I would turn on Man and try to wipe Man out. Man's forted this province over here. He's got a Cave of Clouds, he's got Smolderstone, and this is where he's recruiting. He can recruit his Garnet Sorceresses, which is, it's a little bit late to be getting into blood at this point, unless this game drags on for like 90 turns, which, to be fair, it might. You're required to have 14 points, which is 7 thrones. Satis has 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. The Throne of Fire is actually still unclaimed. I'm not sure where that is, but nobody is close to 7. Nobody is anywhere close. If I can get the wish, gem wishing juggernaut rolling, then I may be able to just straight up summon enough units to brute force my way through, but I don't know. Also, fun fact that I haven't been thinking of. There's actually 2 fun facts that I haven't been thinking of. The first is that I should have been doing this a long time ago. I should have been forging champion skulls. They give you 3 experience per turn. I should just be forging these and giving them to all my Hollow Knights to just carry around all the time. Like, there's no reason I shouldn't do that. So I'm just gonna forge 3 of those right now and hand them to my Hollow Knights. Because Wow, it's amazing that I completely forgot those items exist. Where's my Hollow Knight gone? There was a Hollow Knight here in Aurum. Oh, there he is, Quellen. He's forging the Skull Staff. Yeah, I'm just going to give my Hollow Knights all champion skulls so that they can use them to level up without having to actually do anything. And it really cuts down on the time necessary. Secondly, I have access to Earth 4, which I can weave into pretty potent Earth magic. And I also have access to Fire 5, actually, because Bugsy Siegel can forge a Flaming Skull, which is a fire booster, and then he can use that to forge a Flaming Helmet, a Skull of Fire, sorry, and then a Flaming Helmet. So he can boost himself up to Fire 5. Now, Fire 5 can get you... Fire 5 can't quite get you Eternal Pyre, you need Fire 6 for that. Fire 5 can get you some of the other cool fire spells, but you need Fire 6 for Eternal Pyre. However, the Ring of Wizardry, in combination with those other two boosters, can get me Eternal Pyre, in which case then I just have to spend 80 Fire Gems, or, well, it'll be more than that because there is competition for global enchantment slots at this point, but I just have to spend a bunch of Fire Gems in order to get the Fire Gem Gen up. My Fire Gem income is not fantastic, but Astral Pearls can be alchemized at a good rate, 2 to 1. So, once I have a ton of Astral Pearls, I can start using those, first of all, to dispel other people's global enchantments, and secondly, to start casting my own by alchemizing them into the gems that I need. And of course, if I want to and need to spend the time, I can also ramp up water very easily, because anyone can ramp up water. You get the, you give this to him. Now he's Water 3. Now he can forge the Robe of the Sea, which makes him Water 4. Then he can summon a Water 3 mage, give them both to him. Now he's Water 5. Then he can summon, with Water 5, a Queen of Elemental Water. Have to get one of the Queens of Elemental Water. Then they're Water 4. You can give them the boosters, and then they can cast Maelstrom, which requires Water 6. So, yeah, that's how you ramp up. That's how Satis ramped up water. And they just focused on doing that while I wasn't, and so they got to it first, which is why they have the Queens of Elemental Water. But if I kill Limni, then I can potentially summon her myself. Now, I have to do that in kind of short order, because I have to make sure that he won't instantly resummon her. But, once again, it's something that I can definitely do. So, in any case, that's enough chit-chatting about the future. For now, we're in a pretty decent position. I like it. Territory-wise, very small, actually, for this point in the game. But in terms of capabilities, doing very well. So in any case, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all in turn 67.